Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video. So in the first part of this video, we discussed the moon's placement in the first 6 houses of the Navamsa chart. And in this video, we'll be looking at the placement of moon in the remaining houses of the Navamsa chart. And before we go to the main topic, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the content if you find it useful, and please share it with your friends and family if you think they are going to benefit from this knowledge. Okay. Now, usually I always prefer the seventh house of the Navamsa chart to be empty. Okay. But if moon goes into the seventh house, then these natives would be forever wrapped in a never ending need for romance, love, passion, and also a vibrant love life. Okay. And usually these people, they have a very bold and jolly nature when it comes to pursuing the opposite gender, and they have a presence which brings a lot of fun element and joy in friend circle. Okay. And these people, they attract a youthful, charming, sensual, and good looking spouse into their lives. However, their spouse would demand freedom of choices and equality. Okay. And usually natives having this placement will find a marital partner with great emotional and sensual personalities. They have a habit of keeping things within themselves. They hardly share their tough moments with their spouse. And when they meet a person of the opposite gender, they have a tendency of falling head over heels for them. Okay. And the same thing is also going to happen for the partner. Okay. Now, on the flip side, these people will be busy in self pampering, dedicating all their time as me time. And sometimes, in situations when the moon is afflicted, then the marital partner may be moody and capricious. Okay. So these people, they have a tendency of getting upset or anxious, and that tends to affect the whole family due to their emotional influence. If the native is born during the waning phase of the moon, then it can make the native very rich and wealthy. But if it is on the waxing phase, if the birth happens on the waxing phase, then that moon is not going to bring much wealth. That is what I have observed, at least in my readings. If the moon goes to the eighth house of the Navamsha, then this is not a very good placement. It's in fact a very poor placement. Okay, because the native can be very hideous about about his or her emotions, desires, as well as sexual orientations. And I've seen these people facing some confusion about their sexual preferences, even about gender in some cases. Okay, so these people have a great priority for attaining physical pleasures as well as the associated needs that come with physical pleasures. And moon in this house makes the natives very shrewd in receiving gains from hidden ways or resources. Okay. However, in certain cases, say the moon is if the moon is placed in Cancer or Taurus Navamsha, then this position can elevate the business ideas or career of the native. Okay. And usually they will tend to hide their wealth, status, or money matters from even their own spouse or family. And I've seen these people get into frequent fights with their extended family. Okay. So the moon is going to bring both the good and the bad in the love life of the native. Okay. And sometimes they may cheat or betray their partner or even get betrayed by their partner. Okay. And they also have a keen interest in the occult. And sometimes these people end up as ascetics. Of course, sannyas is a huge concept. It requires further analysis, but this is a placement which brings a lot of spiritual blessings in life if the moon is not afflicted. Okay. Now, these people, they may seem to be very polite and soft in the outward, but internally they have the habit of nurturing very deep emotions. Okay. And their emotional silence and subdued nature can often build up stress, leading to depression. And sometimes these people, they may face unnecessary blames and accusation in their early stages of childhood through their relatives. Okay. Now, if the moon is in the ninth house of the Navamsha chart, then these people will be very self-reliant, emotionally independent and well learned. And these people are usually self-made and very pious. Okay. They usually have the highest religious inclinations. And in extreme cases, they do not have any faith in God. Okay. So, when they have the faith, they will not allow anyone in between when it comes to, their relationship with God. Okay. And they are peacekeepers as well as peacemakers in their family, and they will try to avoid conflicts at all costs. Right. And sometimes if the moon joins planets like Jupiter or Mars, then these people will have quite a powerful influence on the circle of their relatives and friends. Okay. And these natives, they desire for someone with the same spiritual ideas and religious inclinations. Okay. So moon in this house can make the native generous and active in charitable services. Right. And on the contrary, when the moon is spoiled, then the native may be overindulgent in illicit pleasures like sex or drinks. Okay. Now, generally, the waxing and waning moon is going to affect the native's character and emotions. Okay. So, in this because of displacement, the native is going to nitpick and find fault or flaws in everything that their spouse does, and they will be very headstrong and very much opinionated. Okay. Now, if moon is in the 10th house of the Navamsa chart, then these people, they receive good gains and status from eternal relationships. Okay. They usually share a very good bond with their father or fatherly figures. And, you know, they are usually victorious in whatever initiatives they take. And these victories, they add glories to the family. Okay. Now, moon in the 10th house of the D9 chart makes the native work very hard and also gives a lot of passion to the native about implementing new ideas in their profession. So these natives, they gain more fame and social recognition through marriage, and they usually attract, you know, a socially popular person as their spouse. All of a sudden you may hear a celebrity getting married to a common person. So that common person would be having this moon in the 10th house of the D9 chart. Okay. And I've seen these people go on world travels for business after marriage or marital association. And they have this tendency of enjoying exotic lifestyle and food from various cuisines. Okay. Now, surprisingly, I have seen that if the moon is debilitated, say the moon is placed in Scorpio in the 10th house of D9, then the person gets more benefits, okay, as compared to the moon being placed in Taurus or Cancer, right? So this is a peculiar thing which I have not been able to decode, but this is actually true in this case, right? And on the flip side, this 10th house moon can lead to emotional imbalances and extraordinary expectations. And these natives, they suffer high amounts of unwanted affinity towards stardom. Okay. They often get stuck with fame than actual hard work. Now, if Saturn or Rahu is aspecting this moon, then such natives can incur heavy financial loss or even defamation through their own stardom. Okay. Moon in the 11th house of the Navamsa chart indicates emotional enrichment, a deeply rooted need to be validated and a sense of belonging to a group or a family. Okay. So for these people, their mind is always set on finances, popularity and a thriving social life. And all that these natives want are party life, money, as well as the feeling of being relaxed. So these people, they love to be relevant to everyone they meet, and they love making new friends and being in constant contact with their friends. And usually I've seen these people receiving very good wealth as inheritance. Okay. So the moon blesses artistic business path, and these natives usually make a fortune from it. Okay. And I've seen that if the moon is unafflicted, then these people can easily attract a spouse with a friendly nature. And for these people, more than a marital partner, they will look for a friend in their spouse. Okay. And this moon is also going to bring good connection with their children. It makes them open-minded and receptive to their children's needs or desires. Right. However, on the flip side, these natives, they have issues in accommodating themselves to new situations. And often the friendly nature of the native is taken advantage of. Okay. And if the moon is afflicted, then these people will hardly take any responsibility in life, and their maturity level is always oscillating. Okay. One day they will behave as very immature, and on the other day they will show extreme maturity levels. Okay. Now, if a moon is receiving benefic aspects from other planets like Jupiter or Venus or Mercury, then these people can come out of any extreme situation in an unaffected way. Okay. Now, if moon goes to the 12th house of the Navamsa chart, then such a native is going to be very intuitive, spiritual, and is also going to enjoy good sleep. Okay, so these people will spend most of their time reading or experimenting spirituality or sleeping. And I've seen these people marrying, someone they meet at work, like their peers or leader or even clients. Okay. And usually the marriage life is happy, filled with wonderful romantic moments, intense attraction, and deep spiritual connection with their partner. So these people are very empathic, and they are often overwhelmed by simple things. Okay. So they will have a lot of interest in tarot, healing, and other spiritual modalities that deal with prediction. So if the moon is afflicted, then these natives may be ignorant of their responsibilities and will have little or no accountability in life. Okay. And this affliction to the moon can also lead to sudden illness due to addictions or hallucinations. Okay. And I've seen people having this moon afflicted by Rahu, where they undergo a lot of, severe highs and lows in their mental health. So, affliction to the moon can also lead to scandals or unnecessary gossip about them or behind their backs at your workplace. Okay. So that's it from me in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what else content you want me to make in my future upcoming videos. And as always, I'll see you soon in yet another video. Until then, namaste. Om Gurave Namah.